Good evening everybody, this is Stephen House and this is Full Time Devils, and this is tomorrow's Transfers Today, the video where we take a look at all the transfers that are going to be in the press tomorrow, give you our opinion on them and let you get ahead of what's going to be cruising the bullshit tomorrow. Anyway, so let's get straight into it. We are only a few hours away from the Manchester derby, which I'll be covering tonight. I'll be going live with the team news around about 2ish, and then I'll be doing a post-match thing as well, and we'll be on Twitter all the way throughout it as well if you want to join in the conversation. If you're going to be part of the late night crew, come and join along. So the first one that we've got on the cards today is Perisic. Now this one is in the Mirror, and they're talking like the deal is still on the cards, like there's still likely to be something going on with Manchester United and with Perisic, and it says like it's all about this valuation. United value him at X, Inter Milan value him at Y. Inter's seemingly a little bit pissed off at how Woodward tried to lowball them when they needed the money for financial fair play. Are they going to do a deal? I think the general feeling around Manchester, around Carrington at the moment, is that actually these deals don't look like they're happening, and there was a little bit pessimistic. Some of the people I was chatting to at the Salford game yesterday was a little bit pessimistic that there was going to be any more coming in actually. I think Matic and Perisic are ones that you could see right up until deadline day, in all honesty. It seems like they're the sort of guys that we want, and I think that they could be deals that happen late on if we're not able to get them over the line pretty soon. The ultimate scoop is in the Star. Now these are saying Mourinho to meet Woodward for a showdown talk. Come on, man. Come on, man. Of course he's going to meet him. It's his boss. United are on tour. United are going doing commercial bits all around the United States, obviously ahead of the Manchester derby. This is all big. It was on the cards that Woodward was going to join the tour at this stage regardless. So the fact that he's going to go and speak to Mourinho, of course he's going to speak to Mourinho. Woodward's job in the summer is obviously pushing the brand of the club, but also to help get some of these transfers over the line. Of course he's going to speak to Mourinho for an update. I can't believe they're billing this up as if it's going to be like some sort of big deal, some sort of big event. They're literally just going to be talking to each other. I'm sure they're probably in text communication and phone call communication every single day over a transfer window. This is madness. Like, I can't believe people making a story out of this. Unbelievable. Javier Hernandez, Chicharito, has joined West Ham, and a lot of United fans have just gone bananas over it, and they're saying such a low fee, which it was quite a low fee. But let's face it, he didn't exactly do a goal a game in, did he, when he was at Leverkusen? I think he only scored 13 or 11 last season in the Bundesliga. He left Manchester United because he wanted to be first choice. I got no issues with that whatsoever, because I think at the stage that he was in his career, he should have been first choice. You can't go and have you could have, but you don't want a career where you're known as a super sub. He was a great impact sub. But ultimately, he wants to go and play regular games. I totally understand his desire to go and play regular games. It was no problem. He was probably fourth choice striker at Manchester United when he left. So there's no issue for me. And that was behind RVP, Falcao and Rooney. I've got no issue with him leaving to go and get first team football. I think that's fine. United fans thinking that he would come back to United because he's been at United and he's got a relationship with the fans and that here. I'm sure he would want to come back to Manchester United. But if he sat down and spoke to Jose Mourinho and Jose Mourinho goes, look mate, I think you're a great player. He mentioned him last season, didn't he? That having a player like that would be useful. I completely agree it would be useful. But if Hernandez wants first team football, he's not going to come back to the place that he left in search of first team football without the guarantee of first team football. And I don't think he starts over Lukaku. No. I don't think he starts over Marcus Rashford. So who does he start ahead of? So the argument for bringing Hernandez back is logical in the sense that he would be a great fourth choice striker. But Hernandez doesn't see himself as a fourth choice striker, so the deal is just non-existent. So I don't think we can get excited or carried away about that one whatsoever. Should we get in the comments and find out what the world is talking about tonight? What you guys want to talk about tonight? Do I like Ed Woodward, says Edmund. I was going to say I've never met him, but I have met him. He actually told us he'd come on Full Time Devils. But he's not on Full Time Devils, is he? So there you go. Raiola should bring Verratti to United. Yeah, this one sort of came out yesterday, didn't it? And there's been a little bit more people talking about it today. I like Verratti. I think Verratti and Lukaku in one window is a massive level up for Manchester United. But when everyone's talking about the monsters that Mourinho likes in his team, he is not that guy, is he? He really isn't that guy. So, I don't know. I can see a deal getting done with Raiola, but I don't know, you know. Joe Marino says, I love that little P. I think everyone loves that little P. Someone saying, Sanchez. Are we actually still talking about Renato Sanchez? He's ridiculous. Like, who is this kid's PR team? Can we get in touch with whoever this kid's PR team is? Because they are working overdrive. He is the most hyped up player in the world and doesn't do it. It's as simple as that. He does not do it. Top and bottom of it. Doesn't do it. United need 2 more signings and some power in midfield. I didn't catch the name on that one. What's my thoughts on the 3-5-2? I think 3-5-2 would really fit Manchester United, and I'll tell you why. 2 up front against the teams that we struggled and the teams that we drawn against is a great option. I think the plan that we had for Arsenal and Spurs, 4-3-3, that really worked for us. And I think we could probably go again with that. I think we definitely need to find something that's going to put City under pressure. And I think a 2-striker system could put City under pressure. When you look at all the formations that are a 2-striker system, the only one that makes sense is one with 3 at the back. Because you need a midfield 3 to get the best out of Paul Pogba. So you're going to get the best Manchester United when you've got 2 strikers. You're going to get the best Manchester United when you've got 3 midfielders. There's not many formations that you can play that have got 2 strikers and 3 midfielders. And everything else that you need in there, apart from a 4-3-3. We don't have traditional wingers. We've got a couple of forwards that like to cut in. So you're not really losing anything by not playing the wingers that you don't have. 3 at the back, 5 across the middle with wing backs. You know, maybe one is a full back and one's more of a winger, but you know, essentially they're playing those positions because your defensive back 3 can really double up on what goes on across the back. 1 holding midfielder, not quite as important in a 3-man midfield. You can play a flat 3 almost. I really like the formation. I hope. See, I said this last night, didn't I? I'm in 2 minds. Half of me wants to see Jose Mourinho play the system and prove that it can beat Pep Guardiola's team. The other half of me thinks, nah, Joe, what? Keep that in the top pocket and pull it out when it's a competitive match. What does Pogba lose in a 4-4-2? When you play Pogba in a 4-4-2, you can have one guy alongside him that's going to do the dirty work. But I think Pogba just works better in a 3. And when you play a 4-4-2, you can't play him as part of a 3 because you haven't got enough midfielders. And I see some people saying, well, what about the diamond? Well, the diamond's not far off 3-5-2 anyway, really, because that defensive midfielder can drop. But it's the guy that's ahead of Pogba. Pogba isn't a number 10. But if you play someone in that number 10 position, that gets into the space that Pogba likes to drive into. And I think that's where you lose something with it. I think you can play with the double pivot centre defensive midfielders. But I just think it works when you allow Pogba to be that left side number 8 and you have another number 8 alongside him. I actually think it works quite well by being entirely different in terms of how they approach the game and everything, with Fellaini as the opposite number 8, to be honest. And you have Herrera sweeping up behind him, as we saw Europa League final. I just think that positioning for Paul Pogba is the best. Don't give him a massive amount of the pitch to patrol. Don't give him a massive amount of defensive responsibilities. Allow him to be the playmaker for the team, and I think you get a fantastic team. Who should be our new number 7? No idea. Don't really care about numbers, to be honest. 4-4-2. No, I think 4-4-2 is just that little bit too attacking for Jose. That's why I think 3 at the back is just a slight bit more safe, should I say, but also effective. I think we'll probably see a bit of 3-5-2 against City in a couple of hours. What's a double pivot? A double pivot is sort of a hipster name for really playing 2 deep-lying playmakers, essentially. So 2 deep-lying playmakers, most of the time they pendulum, so one will come deeper and then look for the other, and it's just back and forwards. Simple about that. What about Mata? Cuadrado would be a good signing. Maybe, yeah. Who do I want to see leave? Really want to see anyone leave. Surprised Mata hasn't been linked away. I think if you play a 3-5-2, Yes, we've only got 3 strikers, proper strikers, but Lingard, Mata, Mkhitaryan have all got a role to play as that second striker, I think. Depending on how attacking you want to go, you can have one making the play for the striker, you can have one being a defensive forward, putting pressure on the back four, or you can just mix it up. It offers a lot of flexibility. I really like that formation. Why isn't Jose going for Weigl? I think he's just too skinny for him. He likes a bigger boy, doesn't he? People mentioning Justin Kluivert. Why? Again, getting mega excited. I mean, he's had a decent start to his career, hasn't he? Let's face it. But has he really pulled up enough trees that you think you want to bring him in over what? Over Rashford? Get out of here. People obviously talking up Alexis Sanchez. I would love Alexis Sanchez. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. But I'm certain he's going to City. I just get that feeling, man. Who do I think the best option for a 3-5-2 until Rojo gets back? Blind. I think it's pretty obvious. As that left-sided centre-half. My thoughts on Barkley, making of a new Rooney. Wash your mouth out, son. By the time that Rooney was Barkley's age, he'd won a title, I think, already. Sure he had. He must have done. 2007. How old was Rooney then? 21? Was he 21, 2007? Yeah, because he's 31 now, isn't he? So, yeah, Rooney had already won a title by then and was on the way to making Manchester United champions of Europe. So, let's not talk about Barkley in the same breath as Wayne Rooney, shall we not? Because Wayne Rooney's career might have fell off the edge of a cliff, but trust me, early 20s Wayne Rooney, Barkley don't even deserve to have posters on his wall of him. He's a myth to Barkley. They're not even on the same planet. Lukaku or Morata, who's going to score more goals? Obviously Lukaku. Come on, son. Is Lingard going to be a starter for United this season? Well, we don't have a set starting 11, do we? But I think he will start some. Thoughts about a left back option? Again, this is an issue. I think Jose's got some ideas that he thinks. Darmian played this formation for Conte for Italy. I think he's thinking of him, in all honesty. Really do. Why was Madrid... What was that? Why was Madrid quoting us 20 million more for Morata? I'm in awe of that fax machine. Could be that, you know. Could be that. Could be the we didn't get De Gea, you get screwed sort of deal. Pretty sure we're getting Sanchez. Just got a feeling. I hope you're right, mate. I really do. But I can't get giddy about it because I just don't think we're going to sign the guy. I really don't, man. I really don't think we're going to get him. If we do, it's game over. Just go and sell your house and put all your money on United winning everything. But we're not going to get him. So let's just relax. What should Fellaini's role be next season? I like him as an advanced number 8. I don't like him as a holding midfielder. And I like him as an option. I don't really want to see him starting. I think United can be better than Fellaini as starting. But to think that he's not got a role in the squad is madness. He's definitely better going forward. I don't know how he would fit in with a 2-striker thing. Maybe it would be more along... maybe in a 4-3-3. Maybe. Certainly in a midfield where we think we might get physically dominated, he will definitely play. Mourinho 101 that. Schneider to United. Should we just get the Schneider to United bandwagon going? Where will Timbo fit in this season? I would love to say centre mid, but I don't think Jose likes him there. You know, I think he likes him as a fullback. Fellaini for centre half. I don't want him anywhere near our box, mate. You know what I'm saying? Would I be worried if we don't sign anyone else? No, because look, man. Transfers are all fine and dandy, aren't they? I love a big transfer as much as the next man, but ultimately, I think some people like transfers more than they like the actual football. And if we don't sign someone, great. That offers the opportunity for someone else in the squad to step up and do something. So who cares? If we get some people and start... let's say we sign Sanchez or a Bale, yeah, I'm going to be absolutely buzzing. But you know what? If we don't, you won't see me crying on here. You won't see me going into a meltdown. I'll just go, cool. That's a space for someone to make a name for themselves. That's a chance for one of these young lads to go and absolutely own a shirt. That's the Manchester United way for me. Let's get it done, man. Do I really think Mourinho will pick Blind as his main starter in a 3? Yeah, I think in a 3, you can have one slow centre-half in a back 3 if the other 2 are not slow. So, yeah, of course, absolutely, of course. Defensive midfielder is more crucial to sign. I think so. I actually agree with you. I think it is. it would be a great appointment. I think someone like a Matic, just not a sexy name. I think that's the sort of signing that helps you win a championship. I'm all about that. Someone said Fabregas, behave yourself. What's my thoughts on going for Matuidi? I saw someone tweet us before saying, why aren't we linked to him? Like, do you just want us to be linked to players that we're not getting? Like, if we're not being linked to him, maybe it's because we're just not getting him. Maybe they've sounded him out and he said no. Maybe they don't like him. I don't know. Someone just said, fire a shot at Arsenal Fan TV. Right, I'm going to fire a shot at Arsenal Fan TV. Sit back, pin and back. Because I watched Robbie's version of events on their channel. And he was saying that we was like Stoke. He was calling us a long ball team. And the two lads on the Ball Street show where they show all the highlights and stuff like that, they kept talking about the pretty little triangles that Arsenal played. So I watched the game back. Jaden hadn't seen the game, so I watched the game with Jaden today. And as he was watching it, I was watching it. And I was looking for, one, balls played into the box by Arsenal. How did they come? Two, I was looking for attacks by full-time Devils. How did they go in? My findings are the following. Arsenal did not play a ball on the floor into the box. Arsenal did not create a single chance with more than one pass. Arsenal, Fan TV, only had chances because of our mistakes. Now that's something we need to work on. What I also saw was full-time Devils having upwards of 10 passes to create a chance. We was using the channels when we was getting behind them. We was playing balls in behind the back. We was putting through balls into the boxes and we was mixing up our delivery. We did have some direct balls. Of course we did. We had two strikers playing it into the channels. We also crossed it and we also had some excellent football, actual triangles in the middle. So, my analysis of that game is Robbie don't have a fucking clue what he's talking about. Flav don't have a fucking clue what he's talking about. Full-time Devils played some samba sexy football with a tight defence. We won the game. Let's face it, man. They didn't score, did they? Their goal was us. They didn't score. So they can talk about the referee. They can talk about all that lot. But what they really want to do is analyse why they didn't win the game and stop crying about the referees for 5 minutes. And they might actually get some progress somewhere. Love to see Bolt at United. Arsenal fans blame the ref, nothing new. Absolutely. How good is Carrick right now? He's on the downslide of his career, let's face it, isn't he? He had some good games and some average games last season. He wasn't perfect in the slightest. I wouldn't expect him to do more than 15, 18 games. Angel Gomez will never pass the height bar set by Mourinho. Thoughts? Well, he's not got to sign him, has he? He only has to play him. He's already at the club. So maybe Mourinho doesn't sign players that are small, but he does play them. I mean, the guy gave him his debut at 16 years of age. So if you're good enough, you're tall enough. We got Rashford and Marshall for that left-hand side. Why do we need Perisic? Rashford and Marshall, as good as footballers as they are, don't create chances for other people. They create chances for themselves, take it into the box themselves to score themselves because they're wide forwards, not wingers. The distinction between a winger and a wide forward, at least for me, is a wide forward is your Marshall. It's your... You could argue Messi is a wide forward. He's not a winger, is he? You might call him an inside forward. Somebody who cuts inside to create chances for themselves and they make things happen centrally. A winger is going to hug the touchline and bang crosses in. There was a stat, I think, that Perisic has put in like 10 times more crosses than anyone at United in the last couple of years. So, I see him offering something completely different and I think he's a good signing. Do I think Pereira's going to be given a chance next season? Yep, I think his involvement on the tour so far shows you exactly what Mourinho thinks of him, and I think he's going to be doing that, definitely. Do I think tonight's going to be a what in the derby? What do I think the score's going to be in tonight's derby? Yeah, so I am covering the derby. I'll be giving you the live team news about 2 o'clock. So come and join me at 2 o'clock if you're going up right throughout the night, or if you're not in the UK, whatever time it is for you. And then I'll be on Twitter throughout the game, probably taking the piss out of Pep Guardiola, and then as soon as the game finishes, we'll be doing a quick review, so come and get in the mixer with that one. I think United are going to have a high scoring game here. City are suspects at the back. Pep doesn't train defenders as well, doesn't he? And I think we've got a banging attack, so let's just go for them. Let's put some goals on the board and let's have a good run out for the lads. Look, I'm going to say it now, right? Win, lose or draw, this game means jack shit. But there is some psychological things that Mourinho can take or not take. It depends on how he decides to set the boys up, I think, tonight. Mbappe to United, behave. Any stopgap signings if we miss out? I don't know. I don't know if we need any, you know. There is a review at Full Time, so check it out. As soon as the game finishes, come and jump on here. We'll be going live with all your questions and comments and opinion, and hopefully not getting too hyped about Lukaku scoring a hat-trick in a Manchester derby. How about that? Rumours we've agreed a deal for Gaetan. Oh my God, it's 2011 all over again. Should we worry about the lack of signing since Lukaku? Nah. How many players are on tour? 26? Don't worry about it, man. How long do I think Fellaini and Young will stay at United? I saw Young has been linked to Stoke this week. Fellaini, I think he'll stay a couple more years. Jamaican Red Devil is in Houston getting ready to see the game. Nice one. Can't stand Pep. Pep is shit. How far will United get in the Champions League? I think quarterfinals is the minimum, but I think semi-finals is a great achievement. So you're talking about the finest of margins between like minimum expectation and success. If you got to the semis, I'd take that all day long, because I don't think we're ready to be one of the top 4 teams in Europe at the moment. I think we're a way off that. But, you know, we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited. Can't wait to hear that music again back at Old Trafford on those crispy, cold winter nights in the Stretford End. The champions! Oh, they didn't play it on Tuesday night when I went to TNS. I was proper gutted. Anyway, right, I'm banging out of here. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a lovely evening. If you're staying around to watch the match, hit me up on Twitter, and we'll keep the conversation flowing. We'll keep it friendly. It is a pre-season friendly, innit? Rocking the Manchester B, United and City tonight, and all the City fans tuning in on MUTV. You gotta love that. They're gonna be going absolutely ballistic with Paddy Crerand's totally biased commentary, and I love it. Anyway, right, I'll see you in about 2 hours for the team news. Laters.